Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome. I definitely need a haircut. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow, inshallah. This is madness. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, people watching this fine little stream. Guys, we are here to talk about our club, Liverpool Football Club. We're here to talk about LFC. We're here to talk about all things Liverpool, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to every single person locked in. I see Mo just redirected, so big up to everyone who's joining us from Mo's channel as well. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Please, every single one of you guys right here, right now, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. I love the fact people are spamming cherries. We're not Arsenal fans. Like, you're in the wrong area. And listen, guys, you know, alhamdulillah, 50k subscribers. Have access to many content creators, but sometimes you have to stick to your roots. You know, sometimes you have to go back to the old school. Sometimes you have to go back to the foundations, you know. Not every time, hey Drifty, hey Callum, you know, hey Grizz. Sometimes you've got to go back to the people that, you know, you recruited from the dumps. He was live on channels with Vel and Ray Ray as part of the panel. And yeah, and now he's here on the big stage alongside Don Husam to talk football. I like talking. Hello, Thomas. How are you doing, mate?
Hello, mate. I had a lovely day watching the football.
It was lovely, wasn't it?
I tell you what, Arsenal, eh?
You wanna know what's funny? I swear to God, I actually wanted to ask you about Arsenal before we even went to Liverpool. I'm not even joking. I know Husam X Tom, we always talk about our club and our club only exclusively. Before we get started, first of all, guys, there's 400 people in here. We ain't even started the stream yet. So you want me and Tom to sit here and talk about Isak, Alvarez, the strikers and everything, and you can't even hit the like button. Can you imagine? You want to know how crazy today's stream is? Tom's channel is in the title. It's not even in the description anymore. Imagine. That's how mad that is.
It's mega big time, this.
Yeah, mega big time. So make sure you guys are liking, make sure you guys are subscribing. 400 people in here. Let's get the likes up. Well, what do you think? You want to know why?
You've got a Tom Little stream on a weekend, people. Tom Little's on a stream on a weekend. This is like, this is groundbreaking stuff. There's people, and we're not getting the likes. Come on.
Like the video. The Arsenal thing. It's funny because me and you both work with the gal. So we know all the excuses. Games like this make our life so easy. It just makes
so good.
Makes it so easy.
It's so good. Do you want to know what's brilliant? There's a very real world where Arsenal don't finish second. All season was how Arsenal are going to capitalise on City not winning the title, and they're going to finish fucking behind them anyway.
If City win one game in 13 and Arsenal still finish behind them, bro, that is genuine humiliation. Like, how the hell are you going to finish below them? One win in 13 and you're finishing below them. That's actually
no Ballon d'Or winner Rodri all season. They missed Saka for 4 months, but Rodri's not been available the entire season.
And it's not even 4 months, by the way. It's less than that.
There you go.
He played in December, by the way.
Yeah,
I think it was like January, February. March, there was only one game anyway, the international break. So
yeah, so like again.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, someone showed this to me earlier. Arsenal can still technically finish in 6th.
That would be amazing. For me, though, just for my own personal gain, I'd love for them to finish second.
No, I want them to finish that because Sam, you got to think. Right, let's go Liverpool. But let's think Liverpool hat on. What sounds better as an argument? Liverpool beat Mikel Arteta to a Premier League title, or Arnie Slot joins the Premier League and in his first season beats Pep Guardiola to a Premier League title, stopping a 5-peat in his very first season at the football club. Beating Arteta's beating Arteta, but stopping Pep doing a 5-peat in the manner that he's done it, because I don't need the context if it's just first and second.
But here's the thing. I think if they finish second 3 years in a row, it's actually a lot more embarrassing.
Second 3 years in a row is probably the most damaging to the mentality type thing.
Yeah,
Because at that point they're going to start sitting there going,
I want them to finish either second or sixth.
Because I think to finish sixth, they have to lose to us, lose to Newcastle, and drop points to Southampton. And
Southampton is the only tricky one. The other two.
Southampton on the last day of the season is the fucked one. But it is at St Mary's, so you never know. Arsenal might just be heads gone because they're out the Champions League. Southampton with fuck all to play for. Cheeky little 1-1 draw. Arsenal finish the season playing Europa League football.
But Tom is not even being shameless, soccer junkie. That's literally his point. City have been dead from the get-go, and they're only 3 points behind Arsenal. That's literally the point. You get what I'm saying? I know you're a United fan. Even you can appreciate some sly digs at Arsenal. But anyway, as the guys on the chat said, who cares about Arsenal? Let's talk about the league champs, baby. Let's talk about 20-time winners, Liverpool Football Club. By the way, guys, unfortunately today, Taste the Biscuit got copyright infringement. I think I played it way too many times. Anywho, Tom, before we get to like transfer stuff, Diaz contract news. He wants to stay at Liverpool to win the Champions League at Liverpool Football Club. He wants to extend his contract. Where are you with this whole thing with Diaz?
You know my thoughts on Luis Diaz. I think he's a very replaceable footballer. But we have bigger problems than Luis Diaz. At the end of the day, I'm wholly against giving him a new deal. I don't think he'll be worth the money that he's asking for at the age he is, with the output that he's put together. But at least for the next 12 months, unless a real top prospect becomes available, I'm not selling him. I'm not replacing him with a fucking Bino Gittins or something. I'd need like a Leao, a Rodrigo, that type of footballer, a Barcola, to be available and willing to join for me to sell Diaz. Outside of that, I'm not going to do it because I need to address striker, I need to address DM, I need to address left back, centre back, right back. Left wing can be addressed down the line. I just wouldn't give him a new deal though because he's going to be asking for big money, and I don't think he's worth the big money. I'd rather take like less money in a year's time, get another decent year out of him, take less money in a year's time, and then give the contract that he would have got to the player that we bring in to replace him. That's how I think it goes. I'm not going to let one season overwrite everything. And again, I don't think it's been a great season. It's been a great moments this season. August to September, really good. The moment you have to put the gloves on to play football, fucking hell it went. I was getting shit performances. The moment the sun came back out, Lucho was back. We've got Luis in the summer months and Lewis in the months. That's what we've got. Luis, the fantastic little techie Colombian winger, beats his man, dangerous, threatening when it's short sleeves, some on a lovely Anfield spring or late summer afternoon. When it gets to the cold, dreary, dark winter games, 4:30 and it's floodlights on because of the weather. I've got Lewis, who wouldn't look out of place on a League One pitch at times.
Wow.
Wow. It's so vastly different. And this season's been his best season. But you can go back throughout his entire Liverpool career. It's been the trend throughout it. At the start of the season and the end of the season, he's brilliant. At the midpoint of the season, you don't want him playing much because he's not giving you the output. So that's the way I am with it. Like I said, he's not a problem. He's not a priority problem, should I say. It's not a priority problem. But
do you think we're harsh on Luis Diaz this season because of how shit Jota and Nunes are?
I don't think anyone's harsh on Diaz this season. I think everyone's agreed it's his best season so far. But
I think people judge Diaz harshly this season just based on the fact. Congratulations, Ed, on planting the cantaloupe. I think we've been harsh on Diaz this season just off of the fact that Jota and Nunes have been crap. I think Jota has had 2 amazing games this season where he's come up clutch. Just two. We are going to be completely honest here. Crystal Palace away, Everton at home. Those are the 2 games. Jota, bro, you saved us. Well done.
He was good against Forest as well. He missed the chance in that game, but he was good.
No, but
against
I'm
Forest
not. I'm sorry, because here's the thing with Jota. There's expectation levels. Me and you can't sit here at the start of the season and go like, Jota is one of the best finishers in the league, and then we go like, oh, he missed a chance, but it's okay.
No,
he was good.
but when I say he missed it, Matt Sells just had a fucking worldie that day. We like it is what it is.
Yeah, but Diogo Jota still could finish that. Like Diogo Jota that we know.
You know, we're not going to argue semantics over whether or not a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, but anyway, my point is, look, Jota, I think, had two amazing clutch games for us, which is Everton at home and away at Palace. Nunes was only Brentford. Let's all be serious. Nunes, let's just be objective here. It was only Brentford. Third game of the season, I get it, or whatever, like when he scored like that banger, but I'm not like, okay, even if we count that, that's two games.
We were 2-0 up at that point. Diaz had scored both goals. So it was
Diaz, you could count many games. You could count his games against Manchester United. Like there are many games this season where Diaz has categorically actually played well for us, and he's played down the middle too.
Yeah,
which is a different element.
I agree. I'm not going to discredit that, but for me, you know how I judge forwards. I think it's got to be consistent output is king.
Yes.
For me, and it's mad that this stat's still going. Cody Gakpo was scored in like 10 Anfield appearances in a row. That's including or 10 Anfield starts in a row, should I say? So like that goes from October to now, albeit he had an injury in that time and stuff. But Gakpo, from the moment he became a starter, the output was regular. Now Gakpo and Diaz have very similar numbers, but Diaz's is a lot more of a burst, break, burst, break, burst, break. Whereas Gakpo's, I like his level of output, which is you get a goal, might miss a game, assist, goal, one assist, one goal, miss a game, goal. He's consistent with it. Whereas Diaz for a month is the best winger on the planet. In August and September, he's electric. No one can deal with him. And then we get to like the November of this season, where I didn't want him on the pitch. Because
Drifty asked you the question on Kopish yesterday. First of all, big up to Sing G. Thanks so much for the super chat, Sing. Sing G, oh my god, the guy from Troops' channel. Where have you been? Big up to you. Habibi, respect for 50k. You make LFC experience better. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Best in the game. Love, my brother. Thank you so much. You think celebrations will be better for the trophy lift than Spurs? I'll be at both. Ooh, Spurs. And you know, this once again debunks that Igal dumbass point. Liverpool have no impact. Liverpool don't have the streets like that. Let me make something clear to all the absolute idiots that follow this dumbass agenda. Just because Liverpool don't have the streets around you does not mean that they don't have the streets full stop. Because when I lived in East Asia for a year and a half, during the Lambert Borini era, people at 3 a.m. would go watch Liverpool Football Club. When we were dog shit in Australia, we filled up a 95,000 seater stadium and all sang "You'll Never Walk Alone" like there is no tomorrow. We could go to anywhere in the world. The US filled stadium everywhere. Just because they don't have the streets around you, everyone now knows Liverpool in the Middle East because of Salah. And by the way, how do you think Chelsea and Arsenal got a global fan base? Because of what? Like, obviously, when they signed Drogba, suddenly there's people from Cote d'Ivoire who support Chelsea. When Arsenal, signed, player like, let's say, like Kolo Toure, someone like that, the people of that country would look out for Arsenal. It's completely normal. The problem is we were so shit. Our best African player was Nabil Zahar. Moroccan. That's the best we could fucking do. And he was a bench option.
Momo Sissoko had the streets in Liverpool. I don't know if it extended out to Africa, but Momo Sissoko was
he had the streets of Liverpool. So for me, like, he's just we obviously are massive. And the fact that
I'm trying to think of, we tried like the early 2000s to get them in like Salif Diao and El Hadj Diouf.
Yeah, Salif Diao, El Hadj Diouf, And obviously, like with Liverpool Football Club, I'm never going to deny this. When we signed Salah, when we signed Mane, of course, now you've got the Senegalese people, the African people supporting Liverpool, the Arabs because of Salah knowing about Liverpool, This is the official statement. Liverpool's 20th men's title is officially the most engaged Premier League win ever and the club's most engaged day of all time on social media. Do you understand? Forget the club's own thing, right? The most engaged Premier League win ever. Why the hell do you think Liverpool always get the 12:30 kickoffs in these stages? Why? You think there's no reason for that? Mo read the report. Footy Judge Mo, Inter fan, has nothing to do with any Premier League club. Read the report. It's because Liverpool are the most supported club in East Asia. So they want the people of Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, all China, South Korea, Japan, all wake up and watch Liverpool Football Club. And instead of them having to wake up early morning or something, now they get a game which is 10 p.m., 9 p.m. their time. That's why we're the 12:30 kickoff.
I
So
did
just
love
because
that
they don't have the
conspiracy theory.
street of like France does not mean that they don't have the streets worldwide.
Ibu Kanate is doing wonders for us in France
He
as
is.
well.
He's doing a lot of heavy
But
lifting.
I remember that 2020, the conspiracy theory that we only got 12:30s for and Takumi Minamino would only ever start those games because it was prime time for the audience. That honestly, that was the peak of lockdown for us. We were sitting there going 12:30, right? Lineup prediction, put Minamino up top. He's probably going to start this one.
Yeah.
But people say they don't care, and then they talk about it all week. And in regards to the celebrations, it's tough to say. The biggest celebrations will be the day after. That parade will be the biggest ones because that's when everyone's on an equal footing with it. Because you're not limited to how many people can fit in the ground. So that one, if you're going to be anywhere, you want to be in and around the city that day. But in terms of which of the celebrations can be bigger for, I think as an overall package, Tottenham. But for the moment that trophy is lifted up in the air, that'll probably be the biggest sort of, I'm going to use a wrestling term, the biggest pop, the biggest cheer will be the moment that trophy's lifted. But in terms of an overall celebrations that day, it's thingy. It'll be Spurs.
I actually think I said this on the watch along. I think actually I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't care. Like it's genuinely how I felt. I think Anfield was louder against Spurs than it was against Barcelona. I ain't even gonna exaggerate.
I know a lot of people who've been to a lot of games at Anfield. They've all put that game against Tottenham in their top three. Now some have it first, second, third, whatever. There's two or three. Well, I say two or three. Barca's the one that's a bit iffy for some people because there's a load of
because that one was next level loud. I'll be honest with you.
No,
and
I mean
all
like
5 Chelsea next level loud.
That's what I was going to say. Tottenham and Chelsea are in everyone that I speak to. Tottenham and Chelsea are in there. The debate comes into some people put Barca. Some people put Dortmund is one.
Oh, Europa.
Yep. Some people put Barca in 0-1. Some people put a game from 0-2. I can't remember which one it was. A couple of them told me. And then you get to like the real old ones who put like games from the 70s and the 80s there. But everyone, regardless of age, it's Tottenham for the atmosphere around the whole day and in the ground. And Chelsea.
Anfield was amazing that day, chanting from minute 0 to minute 90.
Mm-hmm.
It was unbelievable.
It was a party.
And everyone wore red as well. And I was seeing the debates on Twitter, and it's just I hate when people like they're like, because it's like this whole thing of like, oh, all the tourists wear red, so we're not gonna wear red. Who gives a shit? You're supporting Liverpool Football Club. You don't have to wear the Liverpool shirt. Just wear a red shirt. Just wear something in red.
Even if you know
it's cold, wear a red jacket, red coat. Easy.
Even if you don't have that, the one thing that I do think has been lost at Anfield, and I think it's one of the saddest things to go, the scarf culture.
Yeah.
Take your scarf to game. Because you know what? It only got lost recently as well. Do you remember that first Champions League run we had under Jurgen? Where we got to the final in 17-18, where LA first really kicked off.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd see the moment that song got going in the ground,
the scarves.
So many scarves bouncing around the place, and now there's barely any. Like, I can understand people, because some people don't have a red jacket. I don't have a red jacket. I've got red shirts, don't have a red jacket. But even if I'm in the cold, I'll take a scarf, and I'll hold my scarf up for You'll Never Walk Alone. I'll wave it round when we're doing the chants. It's there to create the atmosphere. That sea of red that we saw at Anfield, it was fucking beautiful more than anything. It was beautiful. It was the culture of the club. The best nights the club's had have been when it's a sea of red. Go back. I ask anyone who can't remember it, because most of you will have watched it. But I ask anyone who can't remember it, go watch the Chelsea game in 04-05.
Oh
And
yeah.
Look at the stands that day. It was mega. It was mega.
And so what? Tourists wear red. It's the colors of Liverpool. If I come to Liverpool, I'm gonna wear red because it's the color of my club, bro. Like, it's just, what the fuck you want me to wear purple? Like, I'm gonna wear red, bro. Like, it's just.
It's not like we're asking, right, turn up. I want you in your full 25-26 replica kit with your name and your number on the back, shorts, socks, boots. We're not Arteta.
Yeah, no one's telling you to be like a full kit wanker. Like, no one's saying. No one's asking for you to bring your studs out. You know.
We're not Mikel Arteta here. We're not saying that we need your shin pads and your boots in the ground every
That's
game.
not what we're asking for. Just a red shirt, just whatever, just a red shirt from anywhere. Like everyone has a red shirt.
Just help it look like a Liverpool game.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Easy. Big up to everyone locked in. I'm gonna do the rest of the super chats in a bit. Big up to you, saying big up everyone. But back to the Diaz contract. The reason why I mentioned the harshest thing is the following. Let's say both case scenarios I get Isak. One case scenario I keep Jota, sell Diaz, buy Barcola. The other case scenario I sell Jota, buy Delap as an example. With Diaz and Gakpo as my starting left wingers, I'll take my chances if I've got two new strikers. I will take my chances. One thing else I'll say about the new striker thing as well. Listen, guys, I'm going to be very harsh this summer on the striker situation. I'm going to be very harsh. I will come up here and I will say my honest opinion, and I'm not going to lie to the masses. If we sign Sesko, just like when we signed Nunes, I'm going to tell you he's dog shit before we sign him. If we sign Ekitike, who I was a fan of, I'm no longer a fan of now after looking at the underlying metrics. 15 goals in 30 games just for casing point. Marmoush got 15 in 17 in the Bundesliga. He's got 15 in 30, and they want 100 million for him. Horrible signing. I'd go as far as saying, and I'm not even exaggerating, I'm being genuinely serious, I would rather sign Delap over Ekitike and Sesko. I would. And, you know, today the scouts were at Leipzig. Okay, Sesko scored a good goal. He still has 12 goals in 30 games in the Bundesliga. Deep this. Just listen to my statement. Think about it again. He's got 12 goals in 30 games in the Bundesliga. Now, what happens if I send Salah to the Bundesliga even at his age? What happens if I send Isak to the Bundesliga? What happens if I send Haaland to the Bundesliga? What happens if I send any of these to the Bundesliga? And I'm not even going to do anything extra, even if they're playing for Leipzig. I'm not going to send them to Bayern or anything. Send them to Leipzig. They would score a lot of goals. And the problem with Sesko and Ekitike, and this would have a problem with as well, but we'll speak about that in a second, the transfer stuff, is some of these clubs are taking the piss with the price tag, which brings me back to the Diaz point. Luis Diaz. And this is the only way I sell Luis Diaz, under one condition. There's this Brazilian guy. He plays for Real Madrid.
It's if one of the big three becomes available, isn't it?
Yes. He's been shunned to the right-hand side. He has been swarmed by the Vinny PR and the Mbappe and the Bellingham PR, and he's got no chance. If he's coming here for £80 million to play left wing after we sold Diaz for 70, I'm all in. If you bring me Rodrigo, I'm with you, bro.
Rodrigo, Barcola, Leao, they're the only three that I'm looking at this summer and going, I'd sell Diaz to bring you in.
Leao, not as much, because he'd have to prove himself to me still.
I think that Leao is just waiting for needs the right situation. I think Liverpool is the right situation for him. I agree it's a bit of a gamble, but I think if you can just... there's a player there that's, on his day, arguably the best left winger on the planet. I just think he needs the right environment.
You want to know the issue? Diaz also on his day is the best winger on the planet. No, on his day.
Leao showed it for a season.
On his day away at Old Trafford, Diaz did a madness.
Yes, but Leao done it for a full season and dragged his team to a title.
Scraps is calling you a helmet.
Leao and Salah in the same front three. Who's tracking back you, helmet? Probably the striker that I want us to buy, because there's a reason why my number one target this season has not been Isak, it has been Alvarez.
Would you swap Diaz for Kenan Yildiz?
I like Kenan Yildiz, but I think if you have Kenan Yildiz and Gakpo on the same side, it's too similar.
I actually agree with that.
It's two wingers who want to do the same thing. I think you need the different dynamics. It's not like it works with Salah because you can get whoever with Salah because Salah can do any type of role on the race. If you want to run in behind, you can run behind. You need to drop deep and create. You can drop deep and create. Gakpo is more limited. Kenan Yildiz is a younger, higher potential version of Gakpo at this point. I don't think that's what we need. So if I'm going to get rid of Diaz, I need a winger who is like Diaz, which is a winger who's quick, can beat his man down the line, is a threat, is a threat in behind, off long balls, that sort of stuff. Which is why, for me, it's either that big three or stick with Diaz. What's the saying? Rather the devil you know than the one you don't. I'd trust them three to come into Liverpool and boom. I don't think I could trust anyone else. So I'd rather keep what I've got, especially since I know that I've got 2 more years to maximise Salah and Van Dijk. I'm not as willing to take these big gambles on these projects.
I think with this whole thing, I think it's very important to acknowledge that I think we're harsh on Diaz. I really do. I'm not even being reactionary. In this whole league, there is no left winger better than him. This whole season, including Gakpo. I don't think Gakpo has been better than him either. I think Diaz has been the best left winger in the whole league this season. Put it this way. In the Premier League team of the season, who's the right winger? Salah. Who's up top? Isak.
Isak, probably, yeah.
Would it surprise you if on the team of the season the left winger is Luis Diaz? He deserves it, low key. Who
Again, it's because you don't put certain players as a left winger. I think Rodgers falls into the category of someone who can play on the left. Therefore, for me, he gets into that position in team of the season. But you don't think he is, so I get why. If you're going by pure players who played left wing all season long, it's Diaz. But Rodgers done a shift.
Yeah, but Rodgers is not like
he's played a number of games out on the left.
You know he's not. Stop it.
I'm just. I want to.
Rodgers is like that inverted, like a little bit 8, a little bit 10, a little bit left winger.
Yeah, like... but that's the way it's gone now with wingers. That's the way it's gone now. Not as many teams are playing with these out and out wingers the way we do. But even if I look here, he's played left wing, AM, left wing.
No, Gordon definitely doesn't make team of the season this year.
Gordon, no, not Anthony Gordon this season. No chance.
No, not this season. Not this season. Run Gakpo. Nah, man. I still say left wing would probably be Luis Diaz.
You could get in as well. He's another one who fits in the mold of a Rodgers, who's like a 10.
Listen, it'll be interesting to see. But if we're going like by position, then there is no real better left winger in the league.
I just think the league's moved. A number of teams in the league have started to move away from wingers, and the teams that haven't.
But you don't know how I know that's not true. Even Aston Villa in January signed Marcus Rashford.
They did, but they played him up front a lot.
Yeah, but you're saying that, but he's played left wing too.
He has, but they've played him up front a lot. So in the big games, which is where you're playing your first choice team, he's been up front. We saw it in that PSG game. Rashford was up front and he was terrorizing them. So I think at certain teams are trying to moving away from the wingers and trying to get as many people into the middle as possible. But again, we sit there.
Nothing but shit left wingers in the league. So Diaz is the best in the season. Yeah, but you don't know. I don't agree with that. Like this specific take, I don't agree with. I just want to double check just the numbers because I don't want to be making stuff up. Yes, I was correct. I was about to say 16, but he got one, so it's 17. Luis Diaz has 17 GA in 33 games.
Are you using Transfer Market there?
No, I'm using Google. Just Google straight up. Luis Diaz stats. It'll show you. It'll pop up. So he has 17 GA in 33 games, which, to be fair,
in the Premier League.
Yes, Premier League strictly. Which, to be fair, even if all the left wingers in the league are crap, if Diaz had 8 goals and 2 assists, no one would be saying this. So it's important for us to acknowledge as well that Diaz himself has like good moments.
I mean,
I think the reason why we're harsh on Diaz is
Diaz though, Gakpo's.
but the reason why we're harsh on Diaz is the Jota Nunes thing. That's it.
I think if anything, that's why we're bigging up Diaz a bit more, because he's been an attacker who's given me the output this year. Like the fact that he stepped up and gave me the output up front, it's why I'm not. You know how we're sitting there on Nunes' neck, and a lot of people are on Jota's neck, and you know the only reason I'm not is because I think that his underlying numbers are still decent enough to where I'd take him as a backup. But if I get a good offer, I'll sell him. The reason I'm not sitting there going, "Oh, just give me the money and I'll sell Diaz and I'll figure out who else," it's because the output's been there this year. So when we're saying harsh on Diaz, if someone is sitting there saying, "I have to sell Diaz this window, get rid of him now, done, dusted, whatever," then I think you're a bit mad. But if you're sitting in the same boat as me and Husam going, Diaz had a good season, don't know about giving him a new deal. If one of the big wingers becomes available, he's got to be sacrificed. I think that's the right position to sit at.
By the way, Omar Caceres watching this right now in Colombia, my favorite ball guy. You get me? I just want to tell you, I am not in the same boat as Tom Little. He would happily sell Luis Diaz. I now want to get a new striker because that Uruguayan donkey, you get me? El Burro is the shit one, not Luis Diaz. Big up Luis Diaz. He ain't the problem. I love you so much, Omar Caceres. I love the Colombian people. I'm not involved in this madness that Tom Little is spewing right now. Go on.
Please don't kidnap my family like you did with Jamie.
Wow. I can't believe we're just running this joke. We're just fully running this joke.
It's Jamie Phillips' fault. The fact he done that on a stream with us, that is still one of the funniest moments of the season for me. Sitting there.
You want to know? Here's the biggest issue in this front line. That we have a genuine big issue in the front line that also Soboslai suffers from, and Gravenberg to an extent. It's everyone's looking for daddy. That's the reality of the situation. Because none of them have the balls. Every single one of them is just looking for Papa on the football pitch. Oh, where's Mo? Where's Mo? Where's Mo? I think we need someone with a pair of nuts. I'm not even exaggerating. I think we need a striker that can take a game by the scruff of the neck, even when Salah is playing shit. That's the thing. Like, I want when Salah is having a shit game and he's horrible and his passing is off and his shots are off, but I want, even when that happens, my striker to take the ball, bang one in from 25 yards and say, Mo, you've been carrying us all season long. I got you today. I got you. That's what I want. And I use the NBA analogy, which you agree with as someone who watches the NBA. It's like literally what the Rockets did to Steph Curry even yesterday. They're like, oh, we're gonna double team him, we're gonna triple team him, let the others beat us. Guess what? The others didn't. And people just say Steph. Yeah, but if you watch the game, you'd see that Pajemski and Moses Moody and Buddy Hield just didn't drop their shots. They just didn't make their shots. You need your others to step up. Even all the great teams, like you have seen forever. How many times do you see people go like, oh, Park Ji-sung is an unsung hero. Michael Carrick is an unsung hero. This guy's an unsung hero. Blah, 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 blah. Why? Because it wasn't always Ronaldo. But the difference is, here's the key difference. Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney. Ronaldo, Berbatov, Nouri. Nani, Rooney, Ronaldo, Berbatov. Habibi, if one of them has a bad game, there is 3 other solutions. And actually, no need to go back in the day. Mane, Salah, Firmino.
Yeah, but I think the distinction that needs to be made is that we need to have better players in the team, but we don't need to change how we play. I still want us to go through Salah as much as possible, because I think there's no. I don't want to change that. It's won us a fucking league title, and he's put up great numbers, and you know, touch wood, he'll continue to do that. But I think we just need to put better pieces around him so that when we're going through him, it's even more consistent. We're getting even more out of it. But I'm not one of the ones who's sitting there going, right, we've won the league, but you know what? Let's have Salah start tracking back.
We have 3 Kevin Loves, 0 Kyries. That's the problem. We need a Kyrie right now. We got LeBron James. We need a Kyrie.
The thing is, though, we say that. If I buy Alvarez is the best of both worlds. He's got more quality, but he's still going to do the tracking.
Yeah, Alvarez definitely is the Kyrie, 100%.
But in terms, because I'm using the basketball analysis, Kyrie also points in that time would drop off a bit and give JR a lot more work to do, or give Tristan Thompson, remember him?
Yeah, but the thing that you're misinterpreting here is every Batman needs a Robin. Think about me and you. I'm not even saying this in a way like to be disingenuous or disrespectful. You know this. Me and you, as a partnership, it works. Because you pull up, you show up, I can keep quiet for 2 minutes and you will speak. I can go on mute now. I can tell you, yo, Tom, I've got to go help my mom with something. I'm gonna go off camera, speak. Like you can when I went on TV for the first time ever, people don't know this. I invited Tom, out of all people I knew, to come carry the Spain-Japan watch along, and he was here. This is like a scenario where I'm trying to explain to you guys.
If you were there that day, you know what went down. For 2 minutes, we had the greatest World Cup group standing at one point.
Yeah, it happened to me.
And then you came back and
like,
ruined it. You rejoined, and then Spain scored and Germany scored. For fuck's sake.
Germany got knocked out the group stages, no?
No, I know. They still got knocked out, but they both scored at like similar times.
Yeah. Oh, that was when Germany was playing Costa Rica that day. Never forget.
Because it was like for 2 minutes, we had Japan and Costa Rica going through and Spain and Germany going out, and it was mega. But look, I get your point. I do think you need to add the right pieces around Salah. But I don't want us to start going, right, okay, so we'll do 20 minutes going down Salah, and then we'll do 20 minutes going down the left-hand side. No. Keep going through Salah. Unless he is completely nullified, which is very, 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 very rare, keep going through him. Because there's no better player on the planet than him. There's no player I want to have the ball than him. He creates, he scores. He's the reason we've won a league title this season. I don't want to change that now. All we need to do is add the right pieces, better pieces around him. So what's the best way I can say this? I've got a monster engine in my car. I've got the biggest V8 you can imagine, the most perfect engine in my car. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to, now that I've got this perfect engine, start trying to drive it a different way. I'm going to just make sure that it's got the right radiator. I'm going to make sure that it's got the right cooling. I'm going to make sure that it's got the right pieces around it to just make it excel even more, to make it stand out even more, rather than go, right, I've got it. Let's try and just not use it as much. I've got the mega engine. I bought all the right pieces to fit the car, so I can rag it 180 miles an hour around the track. And I'm not going to use it to go to do 2 mile drives to Tesco for me shopping. That's how I think you need to look at it with Salah.
I think there is nothing wrong with using your best player. I think there is nothing wrong with being reliant on your best player. Just like City, we're reliant on Haaland and De Bruyne. And blah, blah. But the problem is, even when I'm talking about this, right, I'm saying Haaland and De Bruyne, Rodri and De Bruyne. Like, there's always an and. With us, it's like this specific one guy that got to perform.
To be fair, though, this season it's been Salah and insert left winger here because we've been decent enough in that there's not been a point in the season where both left wingers have been shit. It's Diaz started the season pretty well. Then Gakpo took over in Christmas, in like winter Christmas time, and in the moment he got injured, Diaz picked it up again. So it's been Salah on the left winger. Now, if we had a situation where Diaz, for fuck's sake, Diaz turned up at the start of the season, and then Gakpo didn't turn up until February, then we've got a 3-month period where it's Salah on his own. That can't work. I do think this year it's been Salah and the winger. Next year it should be Salah, winger, and striker. And even maybe your number 10 gets involved a little bit, depending on if you're willing to make some sacrifices defensively there. So I think it's interesting to see how...
And hold that thought, because I do want to talk about transfers in a sec. Let me just run through these super chats quickly. Big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Everyone, please hit the like button. Everyone, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. We are on 220 likes, which is not bad, but we're gonna be greedy and ask for 300. So let's get 300 likes. And I'll be honest with you, as dead as this fucking league thing is, it's good that we're running a show like this so we can actually talk about our club, because our club is actually more interesting than anyone else right now. I'll be honest with you. First of all, big up to Ed, who says, play the Ray Ray diss track, Husam. I know Sean sent it to you. I've literally not even listened to this. Fuck it.
Oh, we listen.
This one's for Ryan, talking YNW, but we're red for the wrong team. Let's get it. Ryan said he's LFC, but that's fiction. Caught him wearing red, but it's Arsenal's edition. Talk big on Klopp, say he running the game, but deep down he praying Arteta bring fame. He's switching up faster than a Wi-Fi code. 1 week he's Scouse and next he's Emirates mode. Said he loved Anfield, called it sacred ground, but gotta suck a jersey when no one's around. Fake fan, fake talk, fake club stand. Say Liverpool ride or die, but you fold like sand. Arteta posters on your wall say it's just the art, but deep down you a gooner with a broken heart. You ain't real with it, you just trend hop. Call it Klopp, your king, but he not your top. We see through you, Ryan, quit the act. A fake red with a cannon on your back. You're flexing trophies that you never even saw, but crying when Arsenal don't get a draw. Said Stevie G's the GOAT, but don't know the stats. Bet you thought Ian Rush was a Spotify act. Talking top of the league with no receipt, only cheer when it's buzz on your Twitter feed. You ain't riding for the club when we took that hit. You was rooting for the Gunners when we slipped a bit. Your loyalty ain't merch or a TikTok trend. It's being there at the start, middle and end. But Ryan played both sides, no shame in the plan. Like he ordering fish, but still claiming he vegan, man. Fake fan, fake talk, fake club stand. Say Liverpool ride or die, but you fold like sand. Arteta posters on your wall say it's just the art, but deep down you a gooner with a broken heart. You ain't real with it, you just trend hop. Call it Klopp, your king, but he not your top. We see through you, Ryan, quit the act. A fake red with a cannon on your back. Ryan, man. Next time you say you'll never walk alone, make sure you ain't humming North London forever under your breath. Fraud. Fraud.
Next time you're singing You Never Walk Alone, make sure you're not humming North London Forever. Fuck again. I need this song, but with lyrics on the screen.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't understand the start of that song.
Some we understood and it was hilarious. We need Vel or you to make it with lyrics on the screen so we can read it.
Also, a Ryan diss track which doesn't include 16 out of 10.
Yeah, it doesn't include 16 out of 10. Come on, Ed. Do better.
Like, that's like doing a Liverpool 18-19 team and not including Bobby Firmino. It's not going to work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Something's missing.
It doesn't work. Late night, Husam and Tom cures me. Not gonna lie, big up. I'm glad it does, Becky. You know, we haven't even mentioned Zone 13 yet, so we're just hanging out right now.
14, Zone 14.
14. My bad. But why we need 13 as well because we're gonna talk about midfield too. So, yeah. Ed, you and Vel message each other. Find a way to put the lyrics on the screen. You have the country version of what? We need lyrics. Anyone discrediting Liverpool is our parts, to be honest. I think you're basically saying don't discredit Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Tom, you're an actual rapper. Either diss Ray or upload a video. Lol. I would say that. Big up to Smacky Jabbles who says fan fiction FC. It's actually not fan fiction. I'm just responding to Igal's point. Because Igal can't come out here and say no one cares about Liverpool's league title. And then it's the most engaged Premier League title win ever. Like how does that work? How is the dynamics of that? You know? It's just that's all I'm saying. Big up to our Bobby Firmino first ever UC. It's not UCL, ACL. It's just ACL.
Bobby's done his ACL. Oh,
no.
Fuck.
Asian Champions League winner.
Oh. I thought you were saying Bobby's done his ACL. I was going to think, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, won the Asian Champions League, mate.
Big ups, Bobby, for me. That's weird, because I saw the video today. I posted on Twitter. He speaks English now. He never spoke English at Liverpool. And I didn't like a full interview in English. I'm sitting there going, where's this been?
Well done, Saudi Arabia education system. Need a 20+ goal striker or Hughes can fuck off, is what Jack is saying. Do you agree with this?
We can't be buying projects. I do agree on that point. We can't be buying a project striker. Now, if my striker, because the world is, if I buy a striker and he's getting me 15 goals, 12, 15 assists, I'm fine with that. If he's like the ultimate facilitator, I don't need the 20 goals. But I can't be doing project striker. I need either a bagsman or a brilliant facilitator. Not this. Oh look, he's going to cost 80 million, and he's got he's so very raw. But you know what? If you just nurture him correctly, he could be the next Isak. No,
Yeah.
give me finished project, finished article now, done, dusted.
They
I'm
just
doing
put on the
that.
training center Premier League champions for Liverpool. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Premier League champions. They just put it on the wall. It's fucking amazing. To be honest with you. I absolutely love that. Absolutely fucking. I love it so much beyond measure. Inject it into my veins. That's why this summer is important. I just want to get 21. Big up to Ed who says play the Ray Ray diss track. I know Sean sent it to you. I did play it. We just need a slight edit. We need lyrics on the screen so everyone can understand, because I feel like there were banger lyrics, but we just didn't get it. Keep Diaz and only play him when the sun is out. The problem is the sun ain't out often, my brother.
You have to sit there with Diaz and go, listen, lad, take Sunday off, pissing down. But you know what? Next Saturday, weatherman, I got an early weather report here. Nice 18, 19 degrees, sun, very little clouds. You won't need to wear your gloves. I need Luis, not Lewis. Luis.
Luis. Yep, not Lewis. Big up Carefree Lewis. Big up to Box of Oranges who says 12 goals and 6 assists in the Prem with Egyptian Messi as a teammate getting Ballon d'Or stats. He is playing his best football under slot. I don't know if you are dissing Diaz here or propping him. I'm kind of confused, Box of Oranges. Can you let us know in a regular comment? Because I don't even know. Like, are you dissing him or are you praising him? Like, what are we... Are you saying it's too less?
It's like it's like a backhanded compliment almost. Like, you're having your best season, but is it best season type numbers?
I don't get what you're saying. This could be interpreted 2 different ways. It could be an insult and it could be a praise. So, yeah, I don't know, brother. You're going to have to clarify yourself. Tell LFC to buy a massive UV light above the ground so Diaz thinks it's sunny. Wow. Wow. Like one of them nursing rooms, you know? That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, it is what it is. Would you guys take KDB on a free? Would you take him on a free, Tom? I would.
If he's not on mega money, I'd only do it because it'd just be so fucking funny.
30 minutes at the end of every game. Let's go. I'm all in. You're down 1-0 to Leeds at home. Just bring Kevin De Bruyne on. Suddenly you have a front four that's destructive.
Yeah, it's funny, and I'm not giving up on Elliot yet. Sutton, I think these next 4 games, Elliot's going to play a fair amount. I'm not giving up.
I've given up on Elliot. It's not about me and you giving up on him. It's about fucking Slot giving up on him, Tom. That's the thing.
No, I think there might just be a way where he's not giving up on him. Call it delusion, which it may well be, but it
is definitely delusion.
I'm not giving up on him yet.
100% delusion.
I ain't giving up yet.
100% delusion. 100% delusion. Big up to Smacky Jabbers who said sign Joe. Why would I sign Piero for LFC? From fucking Leeds. Nah, bro, that ship has sailed. I ain't interested at all.
Daniel James, anyone? Should we get Daniel James?
Yeah, like
Junior Firpo?
Melier as the analyst on replacement.
Fuck you know. All right, let's not go that far.
Yeah, he's fucking shit, isn't he?
Fuck you know.
I wouldn't sign any player from the championship right now. I watch a couple of games here and there because the championship is on beIN Sports. So every now and then, like if there is a championship game on, I like
the championship is probably the most entertaining league in the world to watch.
100%, and by far the most difficult. No one can come.
Oh mate, the amount of games you play and the intensity the player has is ridiculous. In terms of the best players, though, I don't think any.
Bang.
I think there's some that would be decent to take the step up. Like, I mean, I would have.
Yeah, but they still have to move to like Brighton first, you know.
It can't come to Liverpool. It's got to be moved to like a Brighton and then.
By the way, even someone like a Jokeres, maybe if he doesn't move to Sporting and has no pressure, maybe he doesn't perform as well. Just saying.
You know?
Slaps on mute. I cannot lie. Is what Salah saying. It's a banger. We just need the lyrics on the screen. That's on Ed and Vel to fix together. Big up to Gonzo says Ray Ray.
Hold on. It's on Ed because if Vel tries to fix it, I just get a CapCut logo.
Vel, if I were you, I wouldn't take it. Vel, if I were you, I would not take it. Vel, I know you're in the chat. Wouldn't take it personally. Ray gonna need.
I give it 10 minutes before he sends a fucking clip that I don't even remember of me saying something stupid.
I'm gonna edit your video as well, and unlike Kopish, I can get it done in a day. I don't need like timestamp of 6 months later. I don't get it with Kopish. Like they're the LFC pound for pound best channel, amazing content, amazing community. But I'm gonna look at my schedule 3 months from now to invite you on. The fuck are you doing, Callum? You fraud.
After 4 years of just saying it and then not doing
4
it.
years of saying, "Oh, I've got to get you both on Kopish," and then Drifty comes in and just like,
I don't think people understand how often me and Husam heard the phrase, "I've got to get you man on Kopish."
Guys, I promise you, no exaggeration. And Callum even admitted it on the Collins show when Ahmed and Jacob joined. Guys, every single stream we ended, as soon as we clicked end stream, his first immediate statement was, "I've got to get you guys on Kopish. I really have to get you guys on." One day, me and Tom both just flipped in his face. We're like, you keep saying this, get you on Kopish. You do realize, like, all you have to do is just ask us to fucking go on the show. And then this is what he does, the audacity. Callum Sanderson pulls up his phone. He's like, "I've just looked at my schedule, and like 28 days from now, we're free." I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? You realize this is Husam and Tom, and you're like, you know, but
so there was 3 stages. There was only 2 for me. There was 3 for you. So the 3 stages were you had, even though I played DM, well,
draw.
I've played DM, so I wasn't even
Draw.
trying to play back. But so it was a case of we sat there. He sat there and said, I can get you on a month from now." We sat there and went, "That doesn't work." And then you had the one with Kvaratskhelia. We just sent you the link with like 5 minutes and went, "Come on," and you're sitting there going, I'm busy. And the other one, do you remember when he said, "Ooh, I can't move I can't move the call-in show"? Do you want to just
Yeah, he wanted us on a stream with Uncle Albert and shit. Big up Uncle Albert, but like, come on, man. He wanted us with Ibrahim and Val. Bro, me and Tom have done like 200 shows together for this in the end. Fuck's sake.
Now, Jacob and Ahmed, they need a call-in show. That was their level, but I like to think Tom and Husam were above call-in show.
Big up to everyone locked in. Make sure guys are like, by the way, everything me and Tom tell you, we're not even exaggerating for dramatic effect. Like, he was actually serious. He genuinely told us like 28 days. I'm like, bro, I don't even fucking know if I'm free tomorrow. Like, you want me to tell you I'm free 28 days from now, Habibi? What if something happens? What if I need to be somewhere? I don't fucking know. Drifty is a straight up shooter though. I think after the Trent stream, because I invited Drifty on it, he's like, we'll get something sorted. Done. And he literally just sorted it just like that, by the way.
The next week we were on Kopish.
No exaggeration. No, it's even shorter than that. Literally within 3 days we were there. Dead ass.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, we were Tuesday to Thursday.
Literally within 3 days. It didn't even take that long.
2 days from a Tuesday to a Thursday.
Just straight shooter.
Business, man. It was like Michael Edwards walked into the room. We had Ian A, and we had Richard Hughes all sitting there going, "Oh, I don't know. Months from now, maybe we'll get it in installments in Call and Show." And then big Michael Edwards walked in and went, 2 days sorted. And that's how the greatest collaboration got its second show in a week.
And now everyone in the Kopish community is like, this is the greatest collab ever. Yeah, well, your boy Callum almost bottled it, so it ain't on us. Anyway, Thomas, big up to everyone locked in first and foremost. Thank you to everyone sent to
Sam, he almost jinxed it. He almost jinxed it.
He almost jinxed what?
Cal almost jinxed the greatest collab. That he
he did. And you want to know what's funny about the jinx thing?
What's he done?
Mr. Callum Sanderson was caught red-handed on Jamie Phillips talking about Rodrigo. Imagine.
Does he not want us to have nice things in life?
He doesn't. It's obvious he doesn't. It's obvious he doesn't at this point.
You know when he talks about like standards and like he wants his big name guy. And that. He's given us no options.
He hasn't. He really hasn't.
By breathing their name, it wipes them off the board.
I have no words for you, Callum. Anyway, speaking of transfer windows, make sure you guys are liking, make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel first and foremost. Let's get 300 likes, guys. Tom's here on a weekend where he is not batshit drunk and he can actually make 3 sentences in a row. So big up to all of you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get 300 likes, guys. Fucking hell. Am I asking for a gold mine? It's just 300 likes. Just like the video. It's free. Thomas, this summer, talk to me, brother. What are you saying?
In terms of what position are we talking about here? Are we talking about striker?
No. Just tell me about this transfer window in general, our approach, players you think we could get. outliers, you know, etc.
Oh,
Like one of the things, as an example, you could start with is today. After today's performance, a lot of people were like, "Yo, this whole Kirkes thing, I'm unsure now if I want to pay 45 million for that."
I mean, I'm not going to let one performance cloud my judgments. I think he's been, if not the best, the second best left back in the Premier League this season, behind
Best one
Anthony
is
Robinson.
correct.
Anthony Robinson.
Correct.
Anthony Robinson would have been high up on my list if he wasn't 27, soon to be 28. But you look at Kirkes, I think so bright. He's very much like a Robertson. The only argument I could see is if someone said, I don't think our left back should be like Robertson moving forward. It should be a more sort of technical number 10 type. If that's your argument, then yes, Kirkes is probably not the ideal solution.
Yeah.
But I think that with the way that we are setting up our team at the minute, and with the way that I think our left winger plays, you kind of need that left back to be bombing up and down that side. So for me, I still have him high up on that list. It's either him. If you want your guy to go up and down line, it's Kirkes. If you want your guy to operate in the tight spaces and in the half spaces a bit further forwards, it's Miguel Gutierrez or Aït-Nouri. Take your pick. I personally want us to go for Kirkes, and the price point, it's the going race now for a top left back.
Yeah, but still 45 million is too much, Tom. I'm sorry.
Is it? So if I go look at the most expensive fullback,
how much would we have to pay? Stop before you look at most expensive. Think with me. Walk with me. Let's say tomorrow Nuno Mendes kicks up a fuss and he wants to leave PSG. How much do you think we have to pay for fucking Nuno Mendes himself?
Considering they paid 55 for him. 70, 75.
70. No problem. You think Nuno Mendes is worth only 25 million more than Kirkes?
It depends what we look at. It's either, is Nuno Mendes worth 25 million more than Kirkes, or do I think Nuno Mendes is about 1.5 times the player that Kirkes is? I do think he's about 1.5 times the player. Therefore, I'd pay that for Kirkes because I think he's a level below. So I'm paying a level below in price. Do I think he can reach the level Nuno Mendes is currently at? I think he can do. I think you just got to. I think you just got to look at it that way.
I just don't think he's technically at the level to reach Nuno Mendes ever. Because think about Trent, you can improve your defending.
But Nuno Mendes isn't exactly this, super technical fullback. He's a very good one-on-one defender, and he's very quick, and he can do the simple things right, Nuno Mendes. But he's not exactly, and you're going to like this, he's not an Aït-Nouri, who is really good at moving into a midfield position and dribbling and beating a man and this, that, and the other. He's not that, and I don't think Kirkes is that. It comes down to what we think our left back needs to be. And I think ultimately our left back needs to be this guy on the left who's up and down constantly, allowing the wingers to go inside and operate in that area of the football pitch. Whereas on the right, that's where, because Salah likes to start a bit wider at the minute, you need a guy who is able to, make these underlapping runs in between right winger and attacking midfielder, which is what Conor Bradley's really good at, which is what Trent has been good at points this season. That's what you need on the right. On the left, I think you need someone to get up and down, up and down, up and down, and be good in a one-on-one defending situation. I think Kirkes has been very good in a one-on-one defending situation this season. I've not seen many wingers get the best of Kirkes over 90 minutes, and I think that's something that people need to remember when we're talking about these defenders. They're defenders. So seeing their level of attacking output, brilliant. If you can get me 10 assists in the season, get me 10 assists in the season. But it's entirely fucking pointless if you aren't doing your job defensively. And Kirkes has done his job defensively really good. Really good this season. I've not seen many wingers this season get the best of Milos Kirkes in one-on-one situations. And for me, that's your bread and butter as a fullback. Going forwards, is he this wonderful technical centre mid type guy? No. But he gets up and down. He puts in a good cross. He's able to create when it's required. I have seen moments where he's shown he's got a lot of quality, like that Newcastle goal he scored. Wow. But it does come down to the fact that, is he that level technically? No, he's probably about that level. But I think there's an overall package for the age he is, for the experience that he's got.
Aït-Nouri could become a better defender. Kirkes is never going to have the technique Aït-Nouri has, ever. That's reality. And Aït-Nouri can get cooked, I acknowledge that. But we've also seen him have very solid defensive performances.
But
Did you
I
watch
think
Wolves Man City Friday?
bits of it. I'm not gonna lie and say I watched the whole game. I watched bits of it.
Fine. Did you think Nouri was any like, wow, you're so shit type thing? I don't think he's a bad defender at all.
No,
He's
that,
average
that
defensively,
game,
average.
that game, no. But again, it comes. So how do you think? What positions do you think our fullback is going to be operating next season? Because if you
First of all, I don't think we're like Jose Mourinho type defensive to the level where I need my fullback to be able to play out of the press, be a good passer, help out his left winger on the overlap because that gives Diaz space to operate in, and to be at least solid defensively.
that to me is more fitting of what Kirk is at the minute than what Nouri is. Nouri excels at the passing out the press, but in an overlap, I think he wants to underlap more often. I think he wants to be operating in the central areas a bit more. Kirk is quite happy to make the run around the outside of the winger, get it to the byline and cut back, which is I think what Arne Slot wants us to do with chance creation. He wants us to be funneling the ball from all these different angles into the penalty area, which is why I think that's the kind of fullback he wants to go for. Do I think 45 million is a bit expensive? It is. But I also think people need to kind of understand that you're going to have to pay that at points. You're going to have to kind of stomach that. You do that on most expensive fullback signing is Glenn Johnson.
That cannot be factually true.
It is. Glenn Johnson.
How much do we pay for Glenn Johnson? 20?
Like 21. So our three most expensive fullback signings ever are Glenn Johnson, number 1, Moreno, number 2, Klein, number 3.
Yep.
And I think Simicast is number 4.
Remember Moreno debut game away at Spurs 3-0?
Fucking the
dreams were sold that day. Dreams were, and he did the Robbie Fowler celebration as well.
The dreams he sold me that day. Just for him to be
Besties turned on you. Besties turned on you.
Oh no, how will I ever recover?
Oh, selection. I wouldn't have to fire because you've been riding out for Tom this whole time. I'm just saying. If I were you, personally, I wouldn't have
it. Is the thing that makes you break, then there's nothing I can do.
It's not the fact that it makes me break. I'll tell you the analogy I used.
No, I was talking to selection, not you.
No, but I'll tell you the analogy I used. Let me tell you the analogy. Liverpool right now this summer are going out for a barbecue. Think about this. We've got the grill, which is the transfer window. We've got the budget, which is the transfer budget. Here's what I need first and foremost. The thing that I'm willing to pay the most money for is the steak. Prime rib, Alexander Isak, Julian Alvarez, Victor Gyökeres, Osimhen, just get me steak. You wanna know why? Because I was eating fucking broccoli up top for the last 3 years. So it's time for some steak. After that, I look at the other positions. Midfielder is like the potato salad, the coleslaw. The left back is the sauce. If I give you right now Isak, Baleba, Rodrigo, and tell you hold that, you've got to work with Robertson for another year. As the Robertson's biggest hater online, I am still all for that. You don't know why? Because I've got steak. So fuck your sauce. So I'm going to be running with prime rib. I'm going to be running with Wagyu beef. I'm going to be running with coleslaw just made to perfection. Would I go pay 45 million for fucking Kirkas? Like, would I go buy the barbecue sauce that cost 10 pounds, 15 pounds when I've got the 80-pound steak?
But
I wouldn't.
But
would I settle for the $4 barbecue sauce that does the same job? Not as good, might be, Nouri, but half the fucking price, and I get prime rib. Bring me the prime rib.
No, but the things you need to factor in. I remember the pile on Robertson in points of season. I vividly remember.
Well-deserved pile-on, be honest. Even you can say this.
But I remember the pile-on, and I remember the statements. If we don't win the league, it is on his head. So for you to now suddenly sit there and go, oh, I did another season of it up top. Even if you're getting your steak up top, I don't think you will be, because once it gets to December and you see him against Noni Madueke, I think the turning point will be it again. And the other thing that needs to consider is, let's use your analogy. You want the fancy, the name brand ketchup, but do you know what? your store's doing a trading thing. You can trade in this bag of bread that you got that you don't need, your Ben Doak, and I'll give you a discount on the name brand of ketchup. So all of a sudden it's went from 10 quid down to 3 quid or 4 quid.
So what you're saying, Ben Doak plus 10M?
Ben Doak plus 20, 15, 20.
That's still too much, Tom.
It's not, though.
I think I can get 30 for Ben Doak in this market.
Sometimes sacrifices have to be made.
Brother, I know it's going to cost 20.
I know he's not as good, though. We can't sit there. Sam, do you understand how funny it is that we sit here and go, we cannot make sacrifices on the striker. We cannot make sacrifices on the midfielder. Fuck the left back, though. We can make sacrifices.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck the left back. I would take Stupinian. I don't give a shit.
No.
I'll take Stupinian. I take Robinson. I take Nouri. I take Kerkez. I take Mendes. You don't know how many left backs in the planet I would take? I take Mendy from Real Madrid.
I am not willing to sacrifice any position.
You need to understand something, Thomas Little. Robertson is fucking shit now. Get over it.
I
there
know
is so many left backs that start ahead of him.
No, he is. But just because he's shit doesn't mean that the overall standard I expect drops. Just because he isn't that standard anymore doesn't mean my standard goes with it.
The left back is the ketchup of the barbecue. I'm okay, bro. I'm good. I'm not having people. I'm not having people come to my barbecue. I'm not having people come to my barbecue and sit there and go, "Oh, look, he's cheaped out on the ketchup. He's cheaped out. He's cheaped out on the sauce. Look at him." Wow, Jenny.
Where's this notion come from?
Wow,
I was
Jenny.
a DM on a centre back. That's what I was.
Wow, Jenny. He's the kid you chuck at right back, KJ Milligan.
KJ didn't say that. KJ said I was the average.
And he watched you play in Germany, so he can't be lying.
That I'm telling you, get me on a football pitch, you'll see. Get me on an actual football pitch that isn't some cage in Germany, you'll see. But I just don't see why. Because we've done all the groundwork on Kerkez. He's clearly someone everyone in the football club wants. I don't see why you'd back out of it now. I don't see why you get cold feet now. He's clearly hit every metric that you want. You just ride it through and you get Kerkez. And you use his potential. And you develop him to what he wants to be. So I think that's what it has to be. I think that's what we need to do. Sorry. Is Footy Judge Mo coming on a burner trying to sell me his left back? Who the fuck's Carlos Augusto? Who's Carlos Augusto? What are you watching over there? I don't want Carlos Augusto, no. Vel, you take that back right now. You take that back right fucking now. That is Salah slander. Husam, are you letting your thumbnail designer slander Salah like this? What are you fucking laughing at? Mate, I
fucking hate how toxic my community is, bro.
Oh, don't. Is this about me?
I swear to God, this community is not normal for toxicity levels. This is like the nuclear waste community. We're literally so toxic, it's abnormal.
What's it about?
You, Tom. It's not even you, Tom. They made a fucking country music version of the end of the Ray Raiders.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
It's fucking country music with fucking lyrics.
They didn't.
I cannot believe what the hell I just fucking listened to. There's lyrics on the screen as well, with a picture of him next to the Premier League trophy. I actually can't even fucking imagine, bro. Here you go.
Ryan's got a thing for the boss, screaming tactics while getting lost. Every loss, it's the ref, not Mikel. Even dreams of him teaching math as well. Hands in prayer, subs in Shanko, he shouts midair. He's memorized quotes and tactics too. Practices trust, the process in the loo. He's got the playbook under his bed. Tactical notes dancing in his head. His mates say, chill, it's king, obsessed in a way that's slightly unhinged. Just remember, mate, keep it cool. Loving the manager ain't against the rules.
Sorry. Look, I don't want to discredit anyone's hard work there, but those lyrics were fucking shit. Half them lyrics weren't what was being said.
It was well.
And also, what was the one thing, Husam, we said needs to be in Husam?
16 out of 10, I know.
Where
I know.
is it? Where
But it
is
was
it?
way too good of a banger, bro. It was way too good.
Come on,
It was
man.
a fucking tune right there.
We've
Bro,
got the
tell
tune.
Chat GPT to put fucking 16 out of 10. It's not just Arteta prop.
Or this is gonna sound mental. Be a ghostwriter. Take the words from ChatGPT and add your own lines in and adjust some of them.
Yes, edit it
And
a
at
little bit.
least get the lyrics right on the screen, for fuck's sake.
Well, I can lie. You always get cooked. You always get cooked. No, I'm not. I'm really not. Don't worry. Don't worry. Ooh, I have Tom's response. This is Tom's response. I promise you, this is literally Tom's response. Where is it? This is Tom right.
Oh, scary! Oh, shiver my timbers! Shut up, man!
This you right now. This you.
No, what you ever gonna do to me, Mel? Oh, fucking hell, what will I ever do?
So back to the summer. Do you think we have a chance at Isak?
Probably not now.
Why?
I just don't think Newcastle fall out the Champions League spots. And if they don't fall out the Champions League spots, you're going to say, "What were you?" Yeah. Therefore, I don't think it's possible.
11 p.m. You're fucking sleepy already?
7 p.m.
It's 11 p.m. You're sleepy already.
No, it's midnight.
Oh, poor you. It's 2:15 a.m. over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
so sad.
I think you should be pivoting. All your focus should be on Alvarez. Doing anything you can to convince Atleti. Doing anything you can to convince the footballer to come.
I think Alvarez is convinced. It's not even about Alvarez.
He has to be target numero uno. If you need to sacrifice Darwin Núñez to the Wolves that are Diego Simeone and Atletico Madrid, you do it.
Sacrifice Darwin Núñez. That's like throwing out the old ketchup bottle and getting rib. Okay, mate. You can have go have my whole ketchup collection in the fridge, bro. You're mad.
You have to get Alvarez. The fact that people keep saying that he's interested, he wants to join, and the fact that there's like a 5% chance that he might go, you need to push. You need to push with everything you've got. Yeah, and I'll just say to AI, mate. What happens then?
Fairs. There's another clip I can refer to as AI as well. 2 clips. I think it's very important for us this summer to actually do like proper things. I think like we'd all be willing to sacrifice like a position here and there if we just get like a really strong striker as an example, or someone who's just like world class and proven. I think that's very important. Like someone already mentioned it in the chat, Maxime de Kuiper or Soiper or however it's pronounced. I'll be okay with him if you go get me an Isak or Alvarez or etc. But what we cannot do is 5 projects. We need one serious target, like one Alvarez, one Isak, one Osimhen, and then the rest you can get like whatever potential, etc. type players. I saw interestingly today we were scouting Leipzig, Xavi Simons and Sesko.
Simons is the one that I think the club will be more serious about.
Okay, can I say something honestly? I think Simons is overhated. I don't think he's that bad at all. I think people overdo it. No, he's not overrated at all. I think just because he didn't become the next Xavi, people say he's overrated, but he's actually a very good player.
I think people don't know how, or certain people who hate him don't exactly know his best position.
10.
He's one of them. He plays that position that a Cunha or a Rodgers have played this year. If you can have him in that left space,
then left wing,
he kills it. He's incredibly technical. He picks the right passes. He's a really good dribbler. if he was someone that the club was serious about and you could get him in for a decent price, I'm not wholeheartedly against it. But I'm with
Same.
you in the sense of we can't win this league and then go sign 5 players who need 2 years to figure themselves out at the football.
Yeah. We can't do the Tom Little rebuild, essentially. On paper, it sounds nice, but reality, it wouldn't work for us going to back-to-back league titles.
You need... If you're
the Rodgers interest is real. Look, here's the thing, SR. I'll explain this to you. Tabang will tell you this if he's being honest. Tom will tell you this. We all have circles. We all speak to people. I promise you, if all of a sudden Michael Edwards himself pulls up to the stream, listen to the statement I just made. Michael Edwards himself pulls up to the stream. Michael Edwards. Not some random guy. Michael Edwards. He himself cannot tell you exactly who we're going to sign this summer. Because we're still looking. Like, I give you an example, and this is an example I always keep mentioning, and it's a true example, so why not repeat it again? One of the players that Tom himself will tell you we really like is Baleba. But if you call Brighton and they want 100 M's, I'm not dropping that on Baleba. I'm just not. I could get a younger profile, a player who's also young, a player who's also a destroyer, a player who could also do stuff like that for what, 1/5 the price? So why not? Why not? Go for it, bro. And that's my thing. That's why I think it's very important to acknowledge, like, bro, you have to switch things up this summer. And try your best to not listen to bad news peers on the internet. Anyway, let me just read these super chats before we wrap up the stream. Oh, a shit country version. Forget Kendrick. Time to get the pre-pop Taylor Swift. You want to know who hates Taylor Swift? Jacob. Oh my God. He cannot stand Taylor Swift. He actually cannot stand Taylor Swift. He hates her because of like politics, because of her private jet. And then they tell you, buy a Prius for the environment, essentially.
Right, okay.
Yes. Bro, these AI songs are getting out of hand. They really are. They really are. We've got so many. We've got the Spurs song. We've got the Garnacho song. Have you heard any of these?
I've heard the Spurs one before. Not heard the Garnacho one.
There's the Foden one as well.
Oh, Foden, where did you go? Last year you were magic, now you're moving slow. Can't score, can't dribble, can't even pass. You look like my grandma's cat rolling in the grass. Might have to retire as the youngest star in Saudi. Who would have thought he'd end up like Dele Alli? The golden boy used to be so clutch. Now even my Uncle Joe has a better touch.
There's the Garnacho one. There's the Rice one. There's the Palmer one. Palmer one is actually elite.
Nickname Cole Palmer, cool as a breeze, cutting through defenders with elegant ease. Used to curl him in top corner divine, now he's playing like Sancho, partners in crime. Where's Cole Palmer? Nobody knows. He's ghosting the games, disappearing in shows. His goals have gone south, his assists took a flight. Cole Palmer got colder in the frost of the night. Oh, winter's a thief, it can steal your flame, turn a hotshot star into half of a name. They're searching the pitch, calling his name bold. Where is Cole Palmer? Did he turn to pure cold?
First of all, whose TikTok did you nick that off? Because you didn't even cut out the ending bit or the watermark.
It's not me. It's Vel.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying I'm sure someone who is in the chat sent it to you.
Yeah.
And secondly, I was a bit shit that one.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I did say to the Palmer one, I think we need a lot more insults.
It's like, oh.
There's the one that calls Rice better than Juninho. There's a lot of us. You know, hear it? Might as well. Go for it.
Declan Rice, he's the king of free kicks. Bending it like Beckham, every shot so slick. Ballon d'Or in his hands, Champions League he'll win. Whole team guarding the goal, still puts it top bin. Roberto Carlos got jealous, watching those free kicks, knowing Rice's rockets are even better than his. He's like Juninho in his prime, it's not even fair
making Messi's free kicks look like they're going nowhere.
First of
Juninho,
all,
Roberto Carlos.
what the fuck is that face Jacob's pulling on as the picture?
Hey, Jacob puts many funny
and
faces.
second of all, Declan Rice has scored 2 free kicks in his entire fucking career, and I mean better than Juninho.
And Roberto Carlos, remember.
Yo.
The Garnacho one is just hilarious.
There's a kid named Garnett, show down the lane, with a talent that's far from plain. Better dribbling than Messi, it's true, and a haircut just like grannies do. He's our new Ronaldo, hear the crowd roar. He'll win the Ballon d'Or and much more. Better shot than Roberto, foot like a hammer, faster than a dammer, stronger than a jammer.
Sorry, what the fuck was that? Like, faster than a Dharma, stronger than who? Or what? A charmer?
Have you heard the Biscuit song?
No, what's the biscuit?
Taste the biscuit, taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce, taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me, I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
What the fuck is that?
Taste the biscuit.
Sorry, sorry, what have you made me watch at midnight?
I don't know. Let me read this one. One thing with Simmons, this guy is desperate for Barca. Bro, of course he's desperate for Barca. So is 3/4 of the Netherlands. Doesn't mean that they'll play for fucking Barcelona, bro. You know? I'm sure that Xavi Simmons, when he was growing up, did not even know who the fuck Leipzig are to begin with. So he would just put football club over it. Oh, there's way worse. There's a 2-minute 30-second version where I'm celebrating the league title and Mo is crying with Jacob singing in the background.
Well, you can't just say this and then not show me.
It's 2 minutes 30 seconds. You really want to moan me to play it?
Well, I might as well now.
I've been a Spurs fan for 20 long years, seen my share of triumphs and buckets of tears. But this year's taking it one step too far. I'm wondering if we'll ever win another spar. Hey, hey, what's going on? We can't seem to win a game, not a single one. Manager and we need a new plan. Gotta get back on track like only Spurs can.
Nah, I'm a fuck off.
I'm glued to the screen.
I'm a fuck off now. Fuck off. The fucking bozos, bro. The fucking idiots, bro. We're fucking losing everything, bro. The fuck is wrong with this defense, bro? Bro, fuck this, bro. Like, fuck this, bro.
Hey, hey, what's going on? We can't seem to win a game, not a single one. Manager and we need a new plan. Gotta get back on track like only Spurs can. Remember the days when we could actually score? Now I just pace and holler at the floor. If we don't change soon, I might lose my cool. Don't wanna end up next season's fool.
Liverpool are Premier League champions! Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Liverpool are Premier League champions!
What I'd give for just one good news. Hey, hey, what's going on? We can't seem to win a game, not a single one. Manager and we need a new plan. Gotta gotta get back on track like only Spurs can.
Can I just walk you through something? Imagine someone who sat there looking at his phone now, going like, "Oh, Husam and Tom Little live. Let me tune in."
And the first thing they see is a black and white gal dancing to a song about Ange Postecoglou.
For the last 5 minutes, we've just played all the fucking remixes. Literally, like it's just been remix after remix. To be honest with you,
I can't help but feel the start of that video was trying to recapture the magic from the very first Conor Bradley, Tom Little rap.
Yes,
but unfortunately, you can't catch that magic twice. It's there one time. You nailed it when you had the clock thing in the background. You're not going to recapture that. You gotta find a different gimmick.
I agree.
I'm just letting you know.
Sorry.
I am ready. I'm so. I know that for Salah Ballon d'Or, Inter Milan need to win Champions League. But if Inter Milan go out to Barcelona, Judge Mo is getting the nastiest voice message chance.
Oh, hell
He's
yeah.
got to play on stream.
He's gonna get cooked like no other. We're gonna destroy him.
I'm gonna sit there and sing about the fact that his treble, Inter Milan have got no more treble of the Coppa d'Italia, of the Champions League, handed Napoli the Scudetto. That's all.
Hi, Jerome. Jerome, this is Jerome from the Football Terrace. Nothing, man. We were just hanging out. You know, we're league champions, just talking transfers, talking shit on everyone else.
What happens to that song if Tottenham win the Europa League?
Oh, it doesn't. He fixed it then. He fixed it because it says every Saturday I'm glued to the screen, hoping that this is not a bad dream. Blah blah blah. So it's not a bad dream. He fixed it. It's true. It's true. Listen, Jerome, we're just vibing out here, man. We're league champs. This is the original story. This is the original story of Jacob and Taylor Swift. Here.
Ben Davies, you're a fucking criminal. I hate you, Ben Davies. I hate you. I hate you. Oh my God, you are a criminal. You are an absolute criminal. You need to be thrown in jail tonight. I need your send him back to Wales. Send him to Wales now.
There you go.
Sorry, what was the hatred for Ben Davies over?
I think he missed a clear-cut chance, like it for the goal or something.
Fucking hell. Could you imagine if that was our reaction whenever any of our players missed a clear-cut chance? Fucking hell, we'd run out of countries to send him.
We would send him back to Uruguay would be the most popular one.
If we had to change country every time, we'd be out of countries.
We would definitely be out of countries because it's just not normal the amount of chances that we have seen on fucking forwards best, bro. I think we've seen way too many for us to say anything like less than that, to be honest with you. So yeah. Anyway, guys, this was a very interesting stream.
This was something.
You get me? Very interesting stream. And it's only right since we are doing the whole DJ thing. Let's just end it on the Tom rap. Tom Little is in the description. It's in the title. Subscribe to Tom Little. We're gonna redirect you over to Lee Gunner. Go tell him that Husam raided. Nothing crazy, just Husam raided in the chat. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, inshallah, for Liverpool Chelsea first guard of honor. Peace out.
I heard him saying that he said, I was surprised with goal. He's incredible boy. Wonderful. I'm not sure.
As the song is playing in the background, big up Jerome. Listen, I know your life is grim, but bring home that Europa League, please. Don't allow them to win it. Please.
Yeah, good mate. I love you. But it's time to go. Gotta mix these packs and potions, no peace till I put a sim in a burner. I'm on a block like Werner, backroad lurker, fully paid bro, I'm an earner. I fight past, I'm a head top turner. Them elders are washed like Sammy Kadira. And they should start calling me uncle, because when I speak on these beats, they get murdered. Bam, 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 bam.